Hello everyone, welcome back to the show. This is Ty the Note with the Maker, the Romantic Mochiga, and we are back with another beautiful love story, beautiful couple. Today I'm with a couple who have been married for a few years, and they're going to share their story. They're going to tell us how it has been like in the few years they've been married. I'm not just hosting an ordinary couple. This is a couple that we know. Some of us know. The gentleman is one of the top gospel artists we have in this country. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. and Mrs. Ssengendo, Jean-Marie or Jean-Marie. If you've heard that song, I think that's my best song from you. Then there's that song you did. That's a beautiful one. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
I
Who knew? But we are here.
You're here.
Yeah,
So, how has the journey been? How long have you been married, first of all?
3.5, right?
3.5.
We are soon making 4.
You're soon making 4.
3.5 years.
I remember the wedding was in 2020.
2020, November.
Yes.
They had partially opened the country up.
Yeah, partially, because by then only 7 people were allowed.
At weddings?
70.
Yes, 70 people. I remember your wedding very well. I was supposed to attend it, but I was traveling. So, how has the journey been? You looked at each other and laughed.
It's been fun.
It's been fun.
The Lord has so far blessed us with 2 kids in those 3.5 years.
Wow.
One is 2 years, just made 2 years recently, and then the other one she's about to make 3 months.
She's about to make 3 months. Okay, so let's
3 months already, right?
She's 3.
She's 3 months already.
3 months,
Okay. Let's first put. We are going to come back to the marriage journey. Let's first go back to the dating. How long did you know each other before you decided to get married?
She knew me longer than I knew her before. Yeah.
How long did you know him?
Okay, I first saw him in 2017.
17, wow.
2017?
17.
2017, around
June.
August.
No, it was June. The show was in June.
And
June 11. That's when I had the Nsima charity concert.
okay, I first saw him at his concert.
Yeah.
Yes, that was in, just like he has said, June 2017. That was my first time seeing him.
Personally or just in public?
In public. Like a friend of mine invited me for a concert, and I was like, cool. It was a Sunday and I didn't have anything to do. So I went for the concert. I reached the concert. I had never been to any concert.
Yeah.
So when I reached there, I was excited. Like everything was exciting me. I was seeing all sorts of gospel artists that I had not seen before.
Yeah.
So abantu ne bajjawo ne bayimba, everything was cool. Then time came, ng'omuyimbi w'olunaku atuuka okujja. Nga bayimusa curtain. And I saw this guy nga smiling with a very
He had a wide smile, eh?
Yes, but ng'ogyeko okubeera wide, it was cute.
Kwegamba, you fell for a cute smile.
Bambi, so I told my friend, oh my God, he has a nice smile. Kati, in my head I was like, how comes I didn't know this guy? Like, he has good music. But for some reason I didn't know the music, I didn't know him. So I learned. Actually, Najja, kubanga my friend invited me.
Yes.
So I had to come. Munaye nga ndaba olulenzi olwesabudde simairo.
Nerukukuba.
I don't want to say nerunkuba. Naye, I appreciated the fact that he had a nice smile.
Yes.
So when I told my friend, he has a nice smile, she was like, bichi, you're crushing on him. I'm like, no, I'm just appreciating him.
Yes.
Munange bwentu bwe nasooka omulaba.
Wow.
So, the funny part of it, Kati, this friend of mine happens to be in a group that my husband was in. So my friend is like, hey, you're crushing on him. Ngenda kuwe namba ye.
Wow.
Ngenda kuwe namba ye. So she gave me the number.
Yeah.
Nemubuuza naye kati number, what am I going to do with it? She's like, Kasta, you love his music. You tell him, hey, I love your music. Munaye, she gave me the number and I kept it in my phone for some time.
Yeah.
So one time, I'm with my phone scrolling and I see John Mary in my contacts. I'm like, okay. Ngamuwereza, hi John Mary. Kati ngamba, nzizaako ki. But your concert je yali akoze, it was a charity concert. Kuyambako raising money to help the sister.
Yeah, to go to India for a heart surgery.
So when I said, hi John Mary, I didn't know what to say else. Nensalawo mubuzeeko, how is your sister? Guess what?
What?
Omwami ono gwolaba yatwala emyaka 10 okuddamu.
So you sent the message in 2017? You sent the message in 2017?
It took time.
How long? When did you reply the message? After how long? After how many months?
I think around August.
I can't even remember that time. When I texted and he didn't text back, I deleted his number. In my heart, I'm like, in the So I deleted the number.
Yeah.
One time band kati jukira omuntu already nali namuweereza message.
Yes.
So he texts back after some time. Awo siwe twatandikira kyova olaba agambye nti nze namumanya before he knew me.
He knew you.
Yes.
So after you deleted the number, didn't you have like some second thoughts of, now why did I delete the number? Should I go back to WhatsApp and check?
I didn't have second thoughts because omuntu nali simumanyi, like there was nothing to hold on to. So when I deleted the number,
I
was cool. I was very cool. Ngamba ekisooka simanyi bintu byakwesiba ku bantu. I really don't.
Tewesiba ku bantu. And John Mary.
Yes, sir.
What made you reply the message? Because I believe you're a musician and you have a lot of messages. And how did you scroll through and see her message and you're like, onokamudemu?
But then, after that, nziramuira musanga kushendala.
Another year or that very year?
That very year. Remember that show was in June. Now nziramuira musanga praise exchange, which was in August.
Yes.
July, August, September.
You had not replied her?
Kati September nziramuira musanga chivulu ekirala. Ati tuba tumaze okuweereza biki.
Yeah.
Sigaddawo abaana bajjawo kuyabusolfi nabo abakubuzaako.
Yeah.
Kati ono sebo najja nangamba stop being mean.
So she told you to stop being mean.
Stop being mean. I'm like, even maze show nebadde ngenda kuba nkoyi. Naye ndi wano nzikiriza okwekubya namwe selfie.
And a stranger comes and says stop being mean.
Now how mean? Chichotegeeza.
Yeah.
Ndi mean ntya. So anyway, I'm like, let me take your number. Like as mutima daga mulage nti the guy is a sinabuzo.
Yeah.
So nintwale number ye. So no testing, and of course never messages earlier. So I will try to nikile mbozi. Pako right here. So
when you replied the message, did you apologize for not replying her earlier? And how many months was it?
But
how would you apologize?
My husband is not telling the story very well.
Tell us the story if he's not telling the story very well. What man you tell us?
For us ladies,
yeah,
we do master every detail.
Yes. Yeah.
Why did I say stop being mean? I actually didn't intend to tell him that.
Yeah.
Simanyi najje kyava era ensisinkano ya Katonda. Because if I had not told him stop being mean, osanga tetwandibadde wano. So why did I tell him stop being mean? Kweyo event, my friends bwe bamulaba, they were excited. Hey, tugende tubuze ku John Mary.
Yeah.
So we come. Naye nze ne mbagamba bintu ebyo sikola ki?
Sibyagala.
Sikale sibisobola. So I got the phone, nze ne ntandika okukola ki? Oba kuba ebifaananyi. After that, simanyi kigambo gye kyava kugamba musajja wa bed stop being mean.
That was the Holy Spirit speaking through you. Isn't he now your husband?
Naye maybe okukizaako emabega, maybe why I told him to stop being mean, maybe because he had not replied the messages.
Yes.
So from that time, naddayo n'akebera omuwala eyamugambye stop being mean. So we started talking like that.
So you talked and how did you transition from stop being mean to now becoming good friends?
So kubanga nze yabitandika kati ate ebyo mukumulaga nti siri mini guy, twayogeranga nnyo, so we shared a lot and tulaba nti bingi byetulina byetufaanaganya. Ate ne muzibamu nti mukyala wa maanyi, omwana muto akola ssente, buvunaanyizibwa bungi.
Yakola ssente. What were you doing there?
Yali Baasa, right?
Is a Baasa at school?
Naate nga ali mu vacation, right?
I had just joined campus.
So ebyo na like n'ebintu bingi okwagala Katonda n'obutaala nga si bintu bye. Kagamba ate ffe bweyagala ofuna mukyala nga ntagala bintu byakwerabisa.
Yes.
So nakye mu kwogera okwo n'olumu nagendako ku kyakyabwe nga simanyi, ne mubuuza nako nga nze simanyi nti ate ye omuwala gwe njogera naye ekiro.
Are you serious?
Kati tuba twogera ekiro.
You could not even recognize that she was the stop being mean girl.
Kati nze nga stop being mean guy girl namuteekako J. Era nga twogera ekiro hi J. Naye nga ate ku face sikyamujjukira, naye nga mmanyi J. Era omwana ogenda okakasa nti siri mean. Kati lumu tuba twogera ekiro, I'm like, brother, thanks for coming to that our church. I'm like, which church?
Which church?
Kubako nainawo bulungi bungi. Hey, our church, you even say hi to me. I'm like, how do you amba dotya? Tinabadde bwentire nga nze sikyabijjukira. Naye ate nga memory nina omuntu gwe naye ekiro kwa kisabu. So omuntu ogw'okubyera tuba mbangenze ku worship house. By then ngekyali like the house, like the world. Kyali eri waggulu.
That's Pastor Bugembe's church.
Pastor Bugembe's church. Waliyo campus move. Nezija nempeeza mu campus move. Nawe nga omanyi nze sisobola kuyita ku bantu nga sibabuuzaako. Nezija nembuuza ku bantu nengenda. Kati ekiro tuba twogera n'omuwala ono J. Gwe nkakasa okuba busiri mean. Twogera ekiro. Nawe kati awo tandise ogwa mu nkwano n'omuntu.
A stranger, you had started falling in love with a stranger.
Kwanga twayogeranga nnyo.
Kati
sorry.
So you started talking to her. So
now in the night.
Yeah, you talked to this stranger.
Yeah, while we were talking, and she was like, thanks for also today's ministry at Campus Move. Hey, you mean you were also there at Campus Move? And she sent me a photo Pastor Bugeme had posted. And the people that I remember greeting some people.
Yeah.
That were the same people I greeted. But I didn't recognize that she was the one.
Yes.
The J I talked to in the night. I'm like, oh God, this is the kind of lady I need.
A lady who is not so much into the limelight.
Yeah. So we started the journey. I started being intentional. Now one day there was a show that was at Chadondo. It was a Love Loud Rave, right?
Yeah, Love Loud Rave, yes.
Now I purposed on this show I'm going to meet this lady, so I bought tickets for her and for her friends. You know, I was going to minister and I had access to free tickets.
Wow.
But I said, these ones I'm going to buy them VIP.
Are they trying to make an impression?
Not trying to make an impression, but to meet her in person, because I had fallen in love with her, but I'm not sure of the person.
You're not sure of the person you're falling in love with?
And I got thoughts.
Yeah.
To meet her.
But you had met her at night.
No, the last time we met, like the memory I had in mind,
yes,
it was after Praise Exchange, when I gave her my number.
Your number, yeah.
And what I remember of her, the memory I had is just this lady who told me I'm mean. So we talk on phone. For me, I have a J who I know who calls me mean, but I meet her on different occasions.
And you do not know that she's the one. Her. So you did not know the person you were falling for.
Yes, but I fell in love with her character and the person she was.
Because of the chats you had.
Actually, telling me that you came at my church and you said hi to me, and then I know someone who knows you, those ladies, slayers, I know John Mary, we even talk in the night, you know, but she kept all that behind. And I'm like, man, this is the kind of lady I really need. So Love Radcliffe, I buy the tickets just to meet her. Now, you know, while you're entering Chadondo,
yes,
there are some potholes, and it had rained that day. So I went behind her and like, man, and
oh my God.
I'm like,
hey,
walk properly.
But did you know? Did you know that she was the one? Or you just?
I knew.
You knew it was Jay.
After giving her the tickets.
Yeah.
Now my major issue was to see her
confirm physically
if she's really well.
Yes.
You know, and confirm her and.
So for you wanted to date a person who was physically okay.
Not that, because to be honest, I had fell in love with her. Even if she told me that she has over what?
For you, still fall in love with her.
Yes.
So
I fell in love with the passion. She is not the physical appearance.
No, the physical appearance.
So you get to the point. To God, she came when she's beautiful. Beautiful smile.
Okay, so you get to the pothole.
And no, auntie, because in my mind, what I feared most, I think, was her being or disabled somewhere. Maybe, so she skips a pothole. I'm like, does she walk like that?
Oh my God.
How did you see the pothole?
Really?
Because that was my fear. So I was actually now focusing everything on that. But thanks be to God, I got perfect, beautiful, you know. And so from that day, I started being intentional dating her. I remember going to her school and picking her up. Not picking her up with a car. Navigating. And walk her back home.
Wait, you'd pick her up from her school and you walk together?
Yes.
Up to home?
Her home.
Yes.
And then I come back. Now, the school she was working with, it's in Kasangati. Our workplace is in Gayaza. And I live in Makerere.
So you would walk up to Kasangati?
No, I would board a taxi.
You'd board a taxi?
Remember, I'm also a star.
Who bought the taxi?
Get a border.
Yeah.
Go to Kasangati, wait for her, then walk her back home, and then I come back.
You walk her to Gayaza?
Yes.
So how were those walks, Jay? In your mind when you were having those walks, were they romantic? Weren't you asking yourself, why isn't this guy having a car? What was always going through your mind whenever you were walking with him back home?
You know what is funny? I was talking to him, but in my head, there is no single day I ever had it in my mind that I would date him.
What?
Yes.
Why?
First of all, in my head I was like, this guy, if he has girlfriends, but you know, like 4,
Why were you thinking? Why were you thinking like that?
Because he's a celebrity, definitely there is no way he's going to date one girl.
Yeah.
I just don't know why I was thinking like that.
Yeah, that's a misconception everyone has
very
about
big
celebs.
one.
Yeah.
So each time I would talk to him, I knew I had actually, we became so close. Before he actually knew me or saw me, we connected.
Just on phone?
Yes, on phone. So me, in my mind, I knew I had got a friend, a good friend.
Good friend.
Dating was not anywhere close. So he would come and I would enjoy the
company.
Yes, the
walks.
So the very first time he picked me from work, I remember him picking me, then we walked to home, then I had to walk him to the taxi to go back. So he's like, from the very first time I started talking to you all from... Okay, from the very first time I started talking to you, I knew I wanted to have you.
It felt special.
Yeah, okay, it felt
That was
special.
on one of your walks, eh?
Yeah.
The very first time he
walked you
me
home. Yeah.
He tells me from the very first time.
We've been chatting on WhatsApp. Like literally, I'm talking on phone like every night.
From the very first time I talked to you, you felt special and I want to marry you. Emeka, I laughed. I laughed. I'm like, is this guy being serious? Do you know what was at the back of my mind?
What was at the back of your mind?
I'm like, nayo no mufera roza agenda fera.
Musajja wa Katonda wamuyita mufere.
I saw a very big joke. I'm like, this guy must be having around 4 girls.
Yeah.
Dating him was not anywhere close to. So I laughed, and for some reason he just kept saying, I want to marry you.
Every time he met you, he would
Yes.
say. So, those walks you would have, would you count them as dates? Like, to you, did they count as dates? Like John Mary, you would get onto a taxi, go to Kasangati, and you've gone for a date, and you have a walk date. Would you consider them as dates?
It was a gradual, like she said. Yeah. But slowly. And there's even one day we went and slept between the road.
You guys slept on the road?
Yes.
What
and watched the stars and the moon.
Those are things we watch in the movies. What time was it?
Around 8.
8
p.m.
Around 8, yes.
Was it a tarmac road or a dusty road?
A tarmac road.
No, that road from that goes to Gaza.
Yes,
Gaza High.
Yes.
Yes, that road.
Weren't cars passing by?
We don't know. we also don't remember.
Okay.
But all remember, we slept.
You slept on the road for how many minutes?
For some
time.
Watching the stars.
Yes.
Were you still friends?
Yes, I had not said yes to him.
But what made you sleep on the road? At the back of your mind, you're looking at this joker, you're looking at this mufere, and he has made you do things like sleeping on the road and watching the stars.
Okay, I think from the word go, I
enjoyed my company.
I really enjoyed his company, and I think
so from the first time,
I enjoyed his company.
Yeah.
I think nentuuka ekiseera and I was starting maybe to fall for him, but I had my fears.
Yeah.
A lot of them. And maybe each time I would want to give it a try, I would remind myself that my friend, this guy
has 4 girlfriends. How was that moment like? Now tell me how that moment was like of when you slept on the road and watched the stars. How did it start? We want to know. People watching there want to know. Because this is the first time I've heard of such a story. People sleeping on the road and watching the stars. People normally sit down somewhere cozy, then just watch the stars. How did you guys get to the point of sleeping on the road?
I think he had still pushed me from work to home. Then I had to push him to boards. But for some reason, we still wanted to. Yes.
You'd push each other. Because you guys were doing a pushing ministry.
Kati, I think that day, when I pushed him, we still maybe wanted to have the company
of each other.
Yes. So we ended up taking that route.
Because we weren't going to Gayaza.
I can't even.
We're just walking, just wasting time.
Just wasting time.
Yes, keeping each other company.
And who brought the idea of sleeping on the road and watching the stars?
I just can't tell, but we slept in the middle of the road and watched stars.
We had our bags as pillows.
Wow. Didn't a car come from nowhere and hoot at you guys?
I think I know why there were no cars. Because that road only leads to Gayaza High and Gayaza Junior School.
Yes, I know that road.
So you do not expect a lot of cars going that side.
And there are no people who stay, there are no very many people who stay around.
Not really. Not a lot of people. Yes, I think that's why there were no cars.
So you slept on the road
and
watched the stars.
And in the sites there are, I think, football pitch. So it's just like an open space.
It was an open space. How was that moment for you, Jay? How was it for you?
Up to now, it feels like a dream. Like I just can't believe
you did such a thing.
It happened.
We played our own movie.
You acted your own movie. Interesting.
But it was really fun.
A romantic one. And John Mary, when was that time you decided to tell her, okay, now? Because you told, okay, you said you wanted to marry her.
From day one.
From day one. Jay, when was the time you finally accepted to be his girlfriend? The time you said yes to his...
Now, okay, it took me some months.
How many months?
Saying yes to him, okay, I had started falling in love with him.
Yes.
But I had my fears and it would push me back. But I remember one evening, I had come from work. I sat down and I'm like, okay, this guy, I can tell he's true. He's true to his word. I actually tell a lot of people when they ask, how do you tell when someone is
true?
Yes. I do not always have a perfect answer, but I always tell them with my experience that when my husband mentioned that I love you, I actually felt it.
Oh.
Like, I could tell he really loves me. So one day, one evening, I came from work, I sat down and I was thinking to myself, but this guy has really been around.
Yeah.
And he's actually proved himself.
True.
And I just pictured my life
with him.
Actually, I told myself, Jackie, why aren't you giving yourself a chance to be loved?
Because you're not giving yourself a chance to be loved.
Yes, because first of all, I was done with campus. I was working. What else was I doing? And this person is here.
Trying to...
So I just got my phone and I called him and the only word that came from me was, I love you.
Oh, John Mary, how was that moment like? You got onto a
I
border
grabbed the border.
up to Gayaza.
Gayaza.
You just called him and said, John
I
Mary,
love you.
I love you.
Yes.
So I also grabbed the border to come and confirm the word.
What time was it?
Night, around, you know our times.
9-10 p.m.
8, 9. Because she had curfew at home. So,
Yes. So you got into a border from Makerere
to Gayaza.
to Gayaza.
Yes.
To
That's like
confirm
30
the word.
minutes,
Like 45.
45 minutes. Now, so when you got to Gayaza, you told her you're outside the gate.
Yeah,
We always had our spot
Our spot,
at
yeah.
home.
That your parents did not know about.
No. I was staying with my siblings, but they were very much aware of him.
Yes.
Yes.
Were your siblings older than you?
Yes.
Yes.
They knew about him, so each time he would come around,
they knew.
it would be okay.
Okay.
We would just sit in our usual spot.
Where was that car spot? Is it outside in the compound?
Outside in the compound.
There was a tree.
So you'd sit behind that tree.
Not behind.
Under that
Under the tree.
Yes.
Okay.
In the light.
In the light. I thought the spot was
No.
hidden.
In the light.
Okay. So.
And the tree is by the roadside.
Oh. So he gets on a border, comes to Gayaza. How did you feel when he told you that I'm here?
Of course. I was-
Never here to go over.
Hadi yabagoba.
There's a day we went with John K.
Eh.
Actually, I took John K. to tell him and come and see this.
John K, the writer.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I'm vibing. So we went together. It was around. Like I was supposed to see her before. Like walk her from work to home. So I didn't. I couldn't because you know our gigs. You expect to be on stage at 6.
At 6.
And they give you at 8.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I was supposed to go to Gayaza. So I told John, come on, let's go. So we reached around 9:30. 9:30.
Yeah.
And she switched off her phone. We tried calling, it was off. We called the other sister. We tried to throw stones
At the window.
at the window. And she peeped at
my
us.
And so you,
And she went back.
had you done something wrong to her?
Bro, remember I brought my friend to show him, man.
This is
things are
my guy.
moving.
Hey, things are moving
We're
on
actually
well.
doing well.
Kumbe, she was not in the mood that day.
John K, that's when he actually noticed that I'm a joke.
Yeah, why did you do that?
You know what is funny? We never got to talk about that.
But really what happened?
The only time we talk about that incident
Yeah.
is when we have interviews.
So what made you
I
switch off
was
your
young, I was naive, I should say.
naive? Yali kuluma.
Naivety.
So you were so naive.
So this is what happened. So that time, I remember it was, I think, a festive season. So our aunties had come around home. So, you know when big elders are around, there are things they do not expect you to do. Everyone is in the house is locked. Why are you getting out of the house at 9:30?
To go and see who.
To go and see who? Okay, my oh, you know why I say I was young and naive. I would have actually picked my phone and told him, you know what, I cannot come out. But I went, peeped in the window, and I actually confirmed he was there. Just know my blood was boiling. I didn't know what to do. I was confused.
Yeah.
I didn't know whether to open the door. If I opened the door, I had to explain to the aunties, where
Yeah.
are you going and what are you going to do?
And what are you going to see?
Because if the house was still open, it would
At least be okay.
Yes, but everyone was asleep at 9:30. I don't know why. But for some reason, everyone was asleep.
Yeah.
So I was very scared. I didn't know what to do. Childishly, I just switched off the phone and went back to bed.
Wow.
And the poor we
You went
got
back.
ourselves together.
Got onto a border. Taxi.
Coming back was a taxi.
Eh. Went to Guyana.
Actually, we first grabbed some chips on the way. we ate them while we were in the taxi.
And John K was laughing at you.
I didn't know what to explain to him because I told him, man, things are moving on well. We are good, and today we're going to meet her. Now coming, because that to him showed him that I was actually just
A joke.
a joke. Things are not actually. She's not.
Things
into
are not.
me.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Jay, so the time he came to Guyas after I told him you love him, you went to the tree, under the tree, and what happened?